Out here with the Glock 20, 10 millimeter. Got some 1-gallon water jugs downrange. Loaded up with some Underwood 10 mil. This is a 155 grain XTP at 1500 feet per second. That's a lot of horsepower for a semi-auto pistol. All right, let's blow up these water jugs. Dang, those things really blew up. Welcome back to my favorite place in the entire world, which is the shooting range. What I've got here for you today is a Glock with magnum power. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Well, this is a Glock 20 chambered in 10 millimeter auto. And 10 millimeter auto is about as powerful in terms of energy as 357 Magnum. And if you don't believe me, here on your right, I've got a box of 357 Magnum ammo by Buffalo Bore. This is their 19C. It's 158 grain XTP at 1475 feet per second. Now that's nothing to sneeze at, that's powerful. But here's some Underwood 10 millimeter, 155 grain bullet, 3 grains difference. I think we can live with that. Rated at 1500 feet per second. So, 10 millimeter is very powerful. But what sort of effect is that going to give us on target versus our 9 millimeter, which I brought out for comparison today? If you have a 9 millimeter, should you go up to the 10? I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll find out. Do a quick size comparison of the two cartridges here for you. On your right, you have a 9 millimeter. That's 115 grain full metal jacket plus P, going about 1200 feet per second. And on your left is the 10, which is a 180 grain full metal jacket flat nose, going also about 1200 feet per second. It says on the box this SIG ammo 1250 feet per second. So going relatively close to the same speed, but at 180 grains, at 10 millimeter is launching a way more massive bullet. Also, 10 millimeter is a 40 caliber bullet, 0.40 inches in diameter. 9 millimeter is a 35 caliber bullet, or 355 inches in diameter. So 10 millimeter is a lot bigger around as well. All right, how about some soda jugs? This time we're loaded up with MagTech, 180 grain jacketed hollow point. Oh, I lost one. Still got him. I had to back up to 7 yards just for safety reasons, but see if I can get some first-person shooting footage for you down the sights. See if we can ring some steel. That is a 12-inch plate, by the way. Lean in a little bit. This MagTech ammo smells funny. Oh, I missed. You know, shooting down the sights on camera like this, it's a little bit harder than you might think. It takes some practice. Now, for comparison's sake, let's try that with a 9mm. This one's a Smith & Wesson M&P. I don't know if you can tell the difference on camera, but this thing feels like a pop gun compared to that 10. The ammo I'm using is 115 grain Full Metal Jacket plus P, by the way. So this ammo is hot for 9mm. All right, now the 10 mil again with some more of those Magtecs. Look how much it rocks those blades around. All right, now 9mm again, but this time focused on the targets. Ah, I can't get my mag out. All right, there we go. All right, do some more shooting at the 10, but this time focused on the targets instead of the sights. Bust open that watermelon with one of these XTPs. Dang. So now that we've seen that the 10mm can blow up fruit really well, what about a couple of harder targets like these concrete blocks? For the 10, got an Underwood Ammo brass jacketed 180 grain Full Metal Jacket. It's supposed to be a very hard, tough bullet that should perform well against a target like this. For the 9mm, using the military's M1152 loading, which is a plus P 115 grain Full Metal Jacket. So we'll use the 9mm first, and I'll hit the block on the left. Now the 10mm, I'm going to go ahead and say that both of these firearms and cartridges performed great. I was able to completely destroy that block on the left with just 8 rounds of 9mm, which is a lot less than I was expecting. But the 10 definitely was doing more damage. That first round I fired crumbled the whole top half of that block. Although in total I fired 6 rounds with the 10mm, that block was crumbled by the first 4 shots. So 4 shots to destroy the block with the 10 versus 8 with the 9. I'm going to go ahead and say the 10mm is about twice as effective. I'm running out of daylight here, so it's time to wrap things up. And for that, I'm going to do a long-range accuracy test on this Glock 20. One of the things that people use these guns for, believe it or not, is deer hunting. So, can I make hits at 50 yards? I've got a paper target posted up way down there at 50 yards. So, I'll take a rest on the shooting bench, and I'll fire 10 rounds at it, and maybe we'll do a comparison with the 9mm and just see what happens. So, how'd I do? Well, really not all that well. Fired 10 rounds, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits on the target. So, definitely need to practice that gun a little bit more before I'm ready to shoot anything that's that far away. It's getting pretty dark, and at this point I can barely see my sight, so this is going to be it for today. So did I do any better with the 9mm? Yeah, definitely. This time I've got 6 hits on the target instead of just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're a little bit more centered. So that extra recoil of the 10mm I think is making me flinch and hit to the left a little bit. But mostly it's gotten so dark I can barely see my sights. So I'll have to come back out on a different day, try this again. But that's all I've got for you for today. Until next time. Right now, I'm gonna have all the fun in the world cleaning all this stuff up. See you next time.